Oh, howdy doodly. Hey hens, how are all diddly doing? How's everybody holding up? Today I'm going to do a little presentation because I've got to use my degree somehow. And today I'm going to be presenting to you why I think that The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories was bound to fail. Does my hair look cute? Ah, look at me. Who'd have thought? Not me. I've criticised this pack a lot, rightfully, as I should have done, and as I do again. I won't hesitate, bitch. I think that it would be important to not only criticise it, but also help the team potentially understand where it went wrong, because it did definitely go wrong. I think that there's ways that it could have went better. So why The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories was bound to fail. Yes, even if it wasn't broken, presented by me, Jessie McNamara, B8 ons, M8 ons, distinction level. Don't know if I've mentioned it. I have a master's degree. Let's just first off address the elephant in the room. It is very obviously broke, right? That is just the elephant that I want to address. It's broke. That's why it was doomed to fail. But I also want to talk about reasons why it was going to fail anyway, even if it had been released, fixed. Why is it broken? Aren't we all broken? Yes, I am. Don't know about you. Thank you, Wesker Talapram. Love you. Everything that I say and like every review or every thought about The Sims 4 or any pack needs to be looked through the lens of Project Olympus. And this is not an excuse for The Sims 4, but it is very much an explanation, because when you understand how she came to be made, how she came to be, too long didn't read or too long didn't watch. Sims 4 is the remnants of an abandoned game called Project Olympus, which was supposed to be an online multiplayer game. Watch my video for more. So everything needs to be looked through from that aspect, because we're already starting off not on a good foot. Starting off with my right foot, because I'm left-handed. Left-handed, left-legged, left wing, left at the altar. Thank you. Although not with this part, because you can't fucking do it. Also, I want to talk about the idea of smarter Sims as well. Again, this is kind of on the broader topic of The Sims 4. The marketing aspect of The Sims 4 initially was all smarter Sims. Your Sims are smarter. And don't get me wrong, they are smarter in terms of like, yeah, they know that they can walk past a shitty toilet and they won't get stuck there. But in terms of emotions and everything, they're very much not smarter. And specifically, this comes to play in this pack because autonomy in this pack is an absolute shit show. And Sims definitely are not smarter, because even if it's not autonomous and you direct them to do something, they won't do it. I don't think that Sims are smarter. I think education, and they're just not getting it at the minute. Obviously, something is very obviously pre-alpha about the game. And this is just a full-on theory. I cannot confirm or deny this. Nobody has told me this from the Sims team. These are just my little theories. Something is very obviously pre-alpha about this game, like the pack that was released. And it, for me, I'm like, it's just a little bit suspicious, is it not? Because if it was ready already, why would it not be released on Valentine's Day? Like, if the pack was ready to be shipped, why would it not be released on Valentine's Day? Because it wasn't released on, initially it wasn't even supposed to be released on Valentine's Day. It was supposed to be released on like the 17th or something. This is my theory as to why, and why it seems so pre-alpha. I feel like development from higher ups potentially was rushed. Possibly sell the pack as close to Valentine's Day as possible. It makes sense why the pack is so very obviously broken if this is the case. If anyone from here watches this is literally just theorising. I'm just using my brain cells to theorise. Please don't target me because I'm tired. Thank you. Next one. So why is it bad even if it was fixed? Even if all of these issues weren't there and like all of the things weren't broken, why would it still be a bad pack? In my opinion, this is a subjective one. It's subjective, right? So my playstyle is very much like orchestrated chaos. Do you know what I mean? Like autonomous chaos, but also you could control the chaos if you wanted to. Like not 100% there's fucking rocks falling on your wedding, but also not like I'm going to micromanage these rocks falling on your wedding. Somewhere in the middle, I like a little bit of both. And I think why I think that the pack would have been bad even if it was all fixed is because that is my type of play style, and like I like things to impact deeply, whereas what we get in this pack is very surface level gameplay mechanics. Doesn't matter what type of wedding that you have here, it's not going to impact your Sims lives the next day or even the next hour, to be honest. So I want to talk about this a little bit deeper as well, the surface level gameplay mechanics. So I have provided screenshots. So as you can see, the majority of stuff in this pack is all done through menus. We are quite used to menus and you can access these through the usual social menus. Everything is accessed through this menu. So even if you click on like a bottle of champagne, you'll have the option to have guests take the seats through a bottle of champagne or have guests dance through a bottle of champagne, which feels a little bit surface level. That is the buzzword for this one. Why would you not just like click on a dance floor, have guest dance? Do you know what I mean? It kind of takes the use out of everything away from it because you can just do it from a fucking tea set or a cake. Do you know what I mean? That kind of gameplay makes no sense to me personally. Even if I was loving micromanagement, having everything done through one menu that you can access from anything doesn't really make sense to me, but this might just be a personal issue. The other thing is that the entire wedding event is done through a menu, and don't get me wrong, I think that this could actually be quite strong, but also it shows the limits of the game. Nothing feels real. It feels very like astral projection. Do you know what I mean? You astral project your entire wedding outfit and everything. There's no option to like show wedding dress or go shopping or anything like that. Obviously there is with Get to Work, but not everybody has Get to Work. Even though I really like a lot of the menu systems in Sims 4, again, it is just all very surface level. And then another thing that I want to point out is the gameplay is very individualistic rather than collaborative. For me, quite bizarre for a wedding, because a wedding is like a group activity. Weddings are like this thing where you can see faces that you haven't seen in a really long time and connect with people and do things together, and it's just not like that in this game pack. It is very individualistic, and I've even included an image in the bottom left. Declan, can we have a zoom in please, darling? Thank you. One of my Sims asking another Sim to give a toast, and my other Sim's just looking out the fucking window. Like, don't get me wrong, if they had a bad relationship, this would have been excellent. Like, this would have been like, I'm not listening to your fucking toast, bitch. Bye, bitch. But nah, they're fucking due to get married. Do you know what I mean? So the individualistic aspect doesn't work well, but it could work well if it was orchestrated like properly. Like if this was two enemies. But apart from that, I don't just want like one Sim watching me get married if I invite a bunch. Do you know what I mean? And even with, and it's not just with the toast and everything, it's with cutting cakes. It just didn't work. Moving back on my points, we've talked about like surface level gameplay mechanics. And the other reasons why I think it would be bad even if it was fixed is it also replaces base game weddings. I mean, to be fair, this is if it was fixed, but it is broke. Do you know what I mean? An issue that I had with it as well is a lot of new interactions could already be in game. Like I said, a lot of things are done by menus, so you can like organise a batch party, a reception dinner and stuff like that. But the actual things that come with this, a lot of stuff is already in game. Like you can already go get drinks, you could already dance, you could already, give speeches and stuff like that. There are some new things like throwing rice and everything, but it boggles the mind, honestly. And also there is no rejector altar, which leads into my next point, that it's a happiness simulator. It's not fleshed out enough. This is going to lead into my next like big point. There are very big key element missing, because I do genuinely believe, right, and I know that this is an unpopular opinion that I hold, but I do genuinely believe that focusing on weddings could have been a good thing. Obviously there's other things that I'd want as well, like dating and everything. I do believe that the Sims team can take like this idea, like this thing like weddings or toddlers or whatever, and focus on that and flesh it out and make them really strong and really good. So I had genuinely, this is probably my fault, had every hope that the Sim Gurus would be able to deliver on this pack, because I've seen them do it before, and I do think that focusing on weddings alone could be good. But the issue that we've got is focusing on happy weddings alone is bad. Life's just not like that, because even with toddlers, one thing I love about toddlers is how fucking awful they are. Like I hate controlling toddlers in The Sims 4, which is why I think they're genuinely good, because I find toddlers in The Sims 4 to be quite realistic. They're just fucking angry and hungry all the time. That is so true, bestie. Weddings are kind of genuinely expected to kind of follow that same route, but they just didn't. And it's not like this is something that the Sims team have shied away from before, because if you played Cassandra Goth's storyline in Sims 2, you load up the house and she's literally about to get married to Don Lothario, and then he pulls a runner and fucks off, leaves her at the altar. Oh, me too, bestie. That's a lie. Sorry, I've never been engaged, actually. Got no interest. Nothing of the sort. So yeah, it's not like the Sims team have been shy to introduce like these sad themes. Why is it just a happy wedding? What was the reason? I don't understand it, because weddings aren't always happy. Do you know what I mean? Some people might have to watch the love of their life get married to somebody else and sit and cry about it. There might be like altercations between the two families, because weddings is like a merging of two families. Not in The Sims though, because half the fucking family don't turn up. Do you know what I mean? It's not always a happy time, and it's also not always an easy time as well. Weddings can be so fucking stressful. Not that I know, because mum and dad got married in a registry office, because my dad wanted my brother to go in the Navy with the last name McNamara, so that's why my parents got married. He bought a ring from Argos. And then this was before my autism diagnosis, and I don't know how nothing got picked up, but for a solid 6 months I only said the word Maluku, because I heard a Spanish man say it and I thought it was Spanish. And you could record a message in my mum's like ring box, and I've just sat there and recorded Maluku. I was a fucking freak as a child. Nothing got picked up. I was failed by the system, genuinely. It's quite sad, actually. I'm going to do a video going in on it. Not parents though. Parents, top notch. System, bad. Rather than just shit on it for the entire thing, although it is fun and I am having an incredible time with you today. I love you all so much. How could it have been successful? Because I don't just want to be like bitch, and I'm also not going to give you points to improve on. First off, obviously fixed autonomy, although I do think with this one we're fighting a losing battle because of Project Olympus. However, I do think that they've delivered on things like this before, and I definitely don't think that the autonomy that we've been delivered with this pack is how good the autonomy could be, even under the context of Project Olympus. I know that Sims 4 can do better than this. 100% she can do better than this. Can she excel at this? Maybe not, but she can do better. It doesn't have to be this broke. And then I also think, and this is something that I've said in my review as well, the choice for micromanagement or not, it should be a choice. Do you know what I mean? And also I don't want like all options for everything that come out for fucking fruit bowl. As we've spoke about previously, realism. I really think focus on these complex themes of marriage and love and like two families coming together, both the happy and bad parts of that. I think that could have really made this pack amazing, where we just kind of didn't get that. So there's no real point for me in having this pack. I can't recommend people to go out and buy it, because for me it's just, what does it add? Do you know what I mean? More happiness? Like, we need that. Share some happiness, bestie. Seriously, I do, Jess, though Escatella is working absolutely perfect for me. And also bleeding this realism as well. Emotions and moodlets, because even though like it's a happiness simulator and stuff like that, your Sims still won't show on the faces, do you know what I mean? There's definite lacking in emotions and moodlets, which also I think is another complex issue about The Sims 4, because it was released with these emotions, and now we just have so many conflicting emotions at all times that it's another issue. But I do believe that what happens in game should definitely give you moodlets. Moodlets ran my gameplay from The Sims 3. That's one of my favourite aspects of The Sims 3, because even though it's just a little detail, it definitely impacts how I play with my Sims, and it definitely impacts Sims personalities as well. But then we also have the issue of Sims traits and Sims behaviour doesn't impact how they play the game. It lets them take an angry shit, but apart from that, I find this pack to be very surface level, which I'm very disappointed with, because like I said, I know that the Sims team can like really flesh out a topic and really excel at it. They did nothing of the sort. This pack is a definite flop. Do not buy it, because it is very much broken. However, I do think that they can like focus on one thing and do it really well, but because they didn't do that here, I think that this pack would have actually been better if it stayed at a surface level thing but incorporated more topics. Like, that would have made it feel worth it if it was fixed, obviously, because that is the big thing. Fix it, obviously. If it took weddings and it added like this surface level thing, and then also added divorce and added that to this like menu thing and like sorting things out. You could choose how much like child support to pay if you had kids. Dating, like with the romance bar in The Sims 2. I feel like there's so many options that they could have went with this, even on a surface level, that could have made this pack so much better. Unfortunately, it's not. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today. I hope this helped as well, because it actually gives me a lot of anxiety to be negative, but I feel like it's something that I have to do for myself and also for the community as well, because I am a game changer, and I don't want that to just mean like, oh, thank you for the pack, you should buy this one, it's totally amazing. Like, I actually want to give an honest review, even if it gives me a bit of anxiety. I would rather be honest and feel anxious about it than lie and feel happy. Do you know what I mean? But also, I don't just want to be a negative Nancy, because that is also not who I am. I am quite a positive, upbeat person, apart from the depression, obviously. Apart from that, but that is chemical, babe, that's chemical. But I also want to be helpful as well, because think that like, you know, if I have influence, I can't say whether, you know, the Sims team will even listen to this, or if you're able to listen to this or anything, but like, I am very willing to use my knowledge of The Sims to help, because I have been playing this game a long time, since the year 2000, literally since it came out. I used to borrow my friend's discs to play until my mum copied the disc so I could play it. So sorry, that was potentially illegal. I was also a child, so you can't hold me for that one. I was a child. I was literally a minor and neurodivergent. It means a lot to me, the entire franchise, and I really want the best for it, because some people think that I fucking hate The Sims, and that is not correct. Like, I actually love it so much that I'm willing to feel uncomfortable to make the franchise better. It's literally my special interest. I couldn't hate it, even if I tried. It's stuck with me and I'm stuck with it, bitch. Right, that is everything I have for you today. I love you all so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, bitch. Oh, hey. Oh God, I'm on my bullshit. It just makes me so happy to record.